Hi, this is Farel, and welcome to my YouTube channel and the video of me doing this Robot Todd page here. This is page 7. I think it's day 4 of 72 days. I had the idea to do this project like half a page for 72 days, and I guess it's not in a row because I missed yesterday, but that's all right. Here I'm just penciling, or finishing up the pencils rather. I started the video a little late, and instead of just with the blank page this time, I figured I'd spare you all that and just show you the little noodling process here at the end after I get the pencils kind of to the stage I like. First thing I do though is I do lay in the lettering first, like just the rough, where the word balloons are going to go and stuff. But and that's just sort of the where I want to position the figures in the drawing. It's like, I'll do the lettering first, and then I know how much room I'm working with for the figures I have left. But I almost always end up changing the word balloons anyway, like moving them around, or I'd redo the dialogue a lot. And this one in particular was like a weird one because I wanted that panel on the left for the wizard character to be off, saying the stuff off panel, and the Robot Todd character repeating it, but he's only repeating the part of the word that we see in the panel. So it's like that's basically what I was thinking is like, that's kind of what he's hearing and repeating. But here I just sort of freehand it too. I don't usually rule them out. My lettering is just sort of been kind of more organic, I guess, than the traditional comic book lettering. Like I used to have an Ames guide, but I never used it. And not every page I'm gonna ink with this. I'm actually inking here with a size XS, and I did the lettering with a size S. And the size S is just sort of what I've always sketched with. Like if I'm doing like a drawing in my sketchbook, which I haven't done in a long time, but if I was in the past years, I would always use the size S. Or a size XS would use for sketching too, I guess. This comic though, I'm kind of switching it up. I did it with Proxima Centauri too, or that I mostly used a pen on that comic. I don't know how much I used a brush on that, other than some of the coloring, some of the non-Photoshop coloring I used with a brush, obviously. But as far as inking goes, I think I pretty much drew the whole thing with a Pitt pen. But this comic, the first couple pages, a pen didn't touch the page, but it's kind of, since Robot Todd's more in these pages, I just think like he kind of lends himself to pen work. I guess especially with all the little detail, like the cords coming out of him and little gears and nuts and bolts and that kind of stuff. It's just more satisfying and easier for me to draw with a pen. And so here you can see I'm going in with the color now, and this is just watercolor. It's Holbein is the name of the brand that I'm using, and I have a little ceramic plate there on the right that I used to kind of mix the gouache and watercolor that I'm using. And I have like a palette off camera and a couple of jars of water that I dip it in. And I have like 2 different water jars, usually, like one, one's murkier than the other, and then I'll take turns like dumping them and, having cleaner water. I usually change the water like once per session. Just because, I don't know, it's probably a more efficient way of doing it, but that just seems to end up how I do it. I'm trying to think more about like control with everything that I do, with like drawing wise anyway. Just not just going over the same draw. With like pencil, I do that with penciling. I'll just go over the same line like 3 or 4 times for like no reason other than just compulsiveness. It's like, well, the first line was fine. I didn't need to do all those extra lines or press that hard when I did it. And same thing with watercolor. Sometimes I'll just keep going over the same area until it's just sort of worn out. And it's like, why did I do that? I could have just done one layer and waited till it dried and then put another layer on. But It's like my impatience or something. But wow, I really went off on a tangent there. But anyway, this is the page, and it's page 7. And thanks for watching this video. And I'm going to try to do another half page tomorrow. Check out my Patreon if you want, or if you're already on my Patreon, thank you. All right, see you guys later. Bye.